Alrighty, so we're back here on some more Warframe. The weapon should be done crafting by now. Yep, there it is, Sandpotes. I've been wanting to mess around with this weapon some because I've been actually testing out some bonk builds, and really they've been pretty fun to mess around with, actually. Just going to Simulacrum for 1 second. I've been wanting like some good melee weapons that are actually good for heavy slams. Kind of because I got Verona, I built her up a bit, and she wants a good melee weapon to do heavy attacks with, I think. And heavy slams are pretty fun because they can wipe out multiple enemies at a time. And it is also just pretty satisfying to do, to be honest. And Sandpotes I got to mess around with in Circuit, and I was really liking how it was feeling, actually. Of course, it's with circuit buffs, so it's a little bit different. But this is the Magastar incarnate for Sancti that I was messing around with. This is the build I've got currently going for it. I think it's a pretty generic slam build, but it's been feeling pretty nice. And I know that base Magastar actually does get more damage than Sancti Magastar, but you don't really need the base Magastar. Sancti is still good. You do get the other passive buffs from it, the healing and the 20% status effect resistance. Honestly, I don't know if you get the status effect resistance or not, because I heard that there's one part that does not work with it. Hold on, let me see if it does the healing or not. Oh yeah, I gotta change that. I was doing thumbnail work. Let's see, where are my typical corrupted heavy gunners? There they are. So let's see, we'll spawn this in. I gotta make sure to not, hold on, is there someone that I can like actually, I need someone that can test this a little bit better. I think I know just who to do. Got my tank Saren over here. We can just run Eclipse. That is fine. And then we'll just throw on Magastar. So let's hear, this should be able to test it pretty well. So heavy attacks heal. Okay. I gotta unequip Poggy. Otherwise he'll mess around with the testing. So I'll spawn them in. Okay, taking some damage. Okay. Is it not heavy slams or just, okay, it's just heavy attacks, not the slams specifically. I see. Kinda wish it applied to the slam, but that's fine. Wonder if you still get the status effect resistance though. Or wait, does heavy attack slams actually work? Or did I just pick up a health orb? No, okay, it works. It was just being a little bit finicky, I think. Can you guys damage me a little bit more? Thank you. Okay, it is working. It was just being weird, I think. Simulacrum sometimes is a little finicky. But yeah, I mean, that's a nice bonus. Now, as you can see, it's not really doing the most insane damage. It's not too good against corrupted heavy gunners unless you have build up. You really do gotta build up some for the incarnate form and then also get your stacks going for the heavy attack efficiency. Basically, you need to get a few kills first. So corrupted heavy gunners, it's a little bit hard to do that. And now, if this has been like a weird bug where sometimes you just can't really equip a companion. It's been happening ever since the update. I have to like switch to another loadout and go back, and then I can equip my companion. Hopefully they fix that. Oh gosh, another bug. I should already go ahead and mention it before I forget. So Poggy, he is the best doggy with Synergized Prospectus and Manifold Bond. Synergized Prospectus is counted as an ability, and so whenever you do the damage with it, Manifold Bond is also procced. So basically, this procs a ton of status effects because you also get all of your weapon status effects. So in that case, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 status effects because this is electricity, and Manifold Bond applies the weapon status effects. And what I would normally like to do is, instead of augmented, I liked to run Arcane Impetus, because Arcane Impetus is unique status effects from abilities grant strength and efficiency. And Poggy was pretty good at proccing this because he gets basically 7 stacks of it, which off rip, I mean, that's 42% strength and 21% efficiency. And Wisp has no problem keeping it up because of her shock mode, but it does not really seem to be proccing Arcane Impetus anymore, as in Poggy doesn't. So like you're seeing up here, there is no Arcane Impetus being shown. Obviously, if I place down a Wisp mode, you can see it procs right here, but normally I would be at about 7 stacks when Poggy does his electric spark. He just burps out status effects, and normally that would take care of Impetus, but that's not really doing that right now. And I think it's just a bug because I didn't see anywhere in the patch notes this being like a nerf or anything, so that's a shame. I hope they fix it here soon because I love impetus with Poggy. But I guess for now, just gotta go back to the old augmented. Sad times. Oh, another thing with Sancti, Magistar, or just any Sword Slam build I forgot to mention, Naira mods. You got Hatred and Anguish. There's another one, but specifically for whips, so I'm not using any whips, of course. But I typically just run like Naira's Hatred in this slot. It's still pretty decent health and ability duration. That's fine for my Wisp. I got the slot, so that does help out Sancti Magistar and whatever other slam build you're using. But yeah, I mean, you see that? If I like go over here at first, like I can't select my companion. I have to go down to weapon, then go back to here. It's just weird. But alright, let's take a look at Sampotes. Obviously, it's not built up at all. But what I like about Sampotes is the slam attacks release 8 explosions in a 40-meter line. Heavy slam attack releases 4 explosions in a wide forward angle. I did not actually know about that. So wait, if I do a normal slam... Oh, whoa, okay. Oh, wow, okay, maybe normal slam attacks are actually pretty good with this. Man, that really launches them, actually. I didn't know it was like that. I kind of wish I could actually see the line more. I know that if I do a heavy slam, yeah, but this is what's cool about Sampotes. It really does a nice AoE, which is really what melees need. That's part of why Arcane Influence is so good. It helps out with ad clear, because just base melees on their own, they're not very good for ad clear. They're good for single targets, really, not taking out groups of enemies. Also, my textures are bugged right now. But this is the next weapon I want to build up. I think it's pretty fun. And of course, if you start to get any sort of like outside buffing, obviously Wisp is pretty good with this. Got Roar, got the motes, helps speed things up a fair bit, and of course do more damage, so that's not going to be anything insane. But if I put on Sancti Magistar, I should probably favorite that Sampotes. Actually, hold on. Where is it? Where is it? That, hold on, what? Wait, oh, it's because I still have wait, what? Okay, I'm just gonna type it in. Where? Please, thank you. If I go back to Sancti Magistar, and then I don't need to change anything for it. If I start to run some extra buffs now, let me go ahead and just get things set up a little bit. Okay, that should work. That's fine. 146. Kuva Ogress I've been really enjoying too, by the way. But now, if we start to do some slams, that's a fair bit better. I actually need to get the Incarnate. That would help out. Oh yeah, and I do need a proc exposure. That would help out. Just teleport a few times. Reset and bonk. That's better. I can actually get some kills now. It would actually help if I procced it up a little. There we go. Yeah, now we're starting to kill. So I just always gotta remember about actually proccing exposure. I'm not used to proccing so much, but yeah, there we go. That was like a nice slam right there. And I think another melee that's good is Titron. I actually don't have a Titron right now. I heard that like this is the best slam weapon, but I'm really curious about Sampotes. It just seems a lot of fun. But as I was mentioning earlier, Varuna, she's really good with slam weapons because of her one, actually. So gotta take off Poggy again, that's right. And you do have the heavy attack efficiency. I don't think that really matters too much for Varuna. Normally you just want to go into status effect resistance, but we can just bam, bam, 2, gotta actually spawn enemies. And just 2. I suppose again it would help out if I actually built up the Incarnate first, although that's still actually decent damage. That's not even with slamming. Verna is pretty decent actually. That status effect spread is very nice. Alright, now we've got the Incarnate. So now if we do things normally, I mean there we are. Keep in mind that's without Roar or anything like that. That's pretty nice, I gotta say. And you could, of course, I don't even have an Naira mod on this Veruna. I do think some people like to maybe take off Gladiator Might or Seismic Wave and instead put on, I think it's called Corrupt Charge. I don't have it right now, actually. I need to get it somehow, but let's see here. Can I just type it into here? I think this works. Yeah, you get 30 initial combo, so basically you're just always going to be at the combo count that you need to activate the Incarnate through just doing heavy attacks, actually, because Galvanized Reflex plus Corrupt Charge, I think it puts you at like 110 combo, so that's pretty nice. Now I gotta flippin' do this again for my companion. Oh, there we go. And then I can finally, oh my gosh, this is so annoying. I would say definitely the bug that I want fixed the most though is that Arcane Impetus one. But I do think for the most part, for most of your heavy slam builds, you're just gonna want something like this. You want basically raw damage. You're not going to be building into status effects. So Sampotes, I will probably do the same thing. I do gotta tater it up though. Let's do that. Then we'll go Prime pressure point. We'll go blood rush. Gotta put on reflex and steel somewhere. Am I the only person that likes to order my mods? Actually, I just like it to be kind of clean. Like, I don't like how it's looking right now. I gotta have the two galvanized mods by each other. I have the prime mods by each other, whatever that is. Just doing this right now for the efficiency. Okay, what else do I need? I need seismic wave and crit mods. That's right, organ shatter. I'll go with gladiator might as well. And what's the last one again? I kind of forget. I don't think it's prime reach, is it? Prime fever strike, that's what it is. All right. Oh, yeah, I can't format it yet. Gotta wait for that. Melee adapter. I've got plenty of these from, what is it? Just running Archimedia. Melee exposure. There we go. I will say I wish for melee arcanes there were just more that were better. It's like, it's 90% of the time it's influence. The other 10% of the time it's exposure. Although I guess melee Kareen is actually an option now for if you're just using kind of a stat stick basically, or something for utility. I have it on my Praetos actually. You know, I have a one that's actually pretty good. Then I just have one that's for I just run around with. But hope this Sampotes is pretty good. Gonna work on building it up. Today's been alright so far. I'm recording this video a little bit later than normal because I was just so tired last night. Grind is going well. We're getting stuff done. I don't have an affinity booster. Oh crap. I know there's one in calendar. I need to do weekly stuff actually after this video. But grind's going well. I'm just trying to work on getting the amps built. Got to build a lot of the braces and scaffold or whatever. And there's a speck of dust on my glasses. That's so annoying. I have played some of the update outside of the quest. I think the railjack missions are pretty decent. They're definitely not difficult by any means. I know there is steel path railjack I gotta mess around with. I have not done anything with it. I've still been trying to get better crewmates. Not quite there yet. I've got an engineer I quite like. I just need 2 gunners. Also, I think War Prime was a nice surprise. One of my clan mates is actually a huge War fan, so he was ecstatic to get War Prime. No idea how good or not it actually is. I mean, it's just better stats than War, so if you already liked War, you'll probably like War Prime. And then I do like the secrets that you get from farming as well. There's this 2 secret signas that you can get. There's War Prime is basically a secret. I don't know if there's anything else. The new arcanes seem pretty decent. There is one for melee and it might be alright. It seems to be for melee heavy attacks and it might work as an arcane Aegis. Kind of. I need to actually test it out. I've not gotten any of the new arcanes. I need to farm for them. I've just been so busy working on so many other grinds. I got just 2 more Tenant Sister weapons to get. I've got 1 more Ergo Glass weapon to get. I got all the Moa's built. Just got I should have equipped one of them. Darn it. There are all of the new augments for frames. Gotta mess around with those too. I know that Dante's is insane. Don't even have to test it to know that's already insane. Noko's looks very fun. It says like spawning Sprodlings that deal damage, and Sprodlings are love in life, so looking forward to that. On reset today, there is going to be the new, what are they called? Incarnates. So that's pretty exciting. I'm definitely going for Vectis first, and I think I'll go for Ballistica second. I kind of want to read up on them first. I just hope that the melee ones are unique, because a lot of melees can be kind of samey. Normally I don't use melee weapons too often because they really do just feel samey. I mean, especially since you're just running melee influence on all of them. It's really hard to have a variety of melees to use, which is why Slam builds have been pretty fun for me. It's something a little bit different, feels pretty fun to be honest, and it still is good too because you can wipe out quite a few enemies with 1 bonk. I remember I pretty much went from never using weapons or melees because I was always just playing Mesa, so it's pretty much just foring my way through all the missions. I didn't know how to build guns or melee at all, so I just relied on Mesa's regulators to carry me through everything. And then I started figuring out how to actually build up guns, and only recently did I kind of start to figure out how to build melees. I just never quite understood melee users because really without influence they're just so slow to kill everything. Influence is actually what keeps them in line with guns, because like I have Kuva Ogress right here. I can just spam a shot right there, spam a shot right there, one right there, and then that just wipes out plenty of enemies. This ain't even like the best gun either. It's a really nice one for sure, but there are ones that can do even more insane things. But anyway, I think that's pretty much it for now. I got work on weeklies. So hope you guys enjoyed. Do go bonking yourself. It's quite fun. Magastar, I think Titron's very good. There's Sampotes I'm messing around with right now. Just go bonk, my friends. But anyway, that's it for now. So see you all in whatever I do next.